This is CHSR 97.9 FM here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. And you're listening to Python's Paradise, your film and music show. And this is your host, Greg Gilbert, a.k.a. the Python Hyena. And folks, you remember The Warriors, the 1979 Walter Hill film. Well, I have the pleasure of having one of the fellows on the phone with me this evening. I give you David Harris. How do you do, David?
Hey, how you doing, guys out there? Doing good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, I just saw The Warriors for the first time just last year, and I was kind of curious about it, and I took a look at it, and I was like, what an interesting little film that is.
Yes, it is. It's now the film has become an international cult classic.
Yeah, how did you get involved with that? Just a standard audition?
Yeah, well, Walter Hill was in New York City casting the film, and he had all of the cast. He cast all the other Warriors, and he couldn't find the character of Cochise. And he saw a lot of actors, and so I was out in Minneapolis doing a play, and I got back. My agent said, "Hey, Walter Hill's in New York. They're trying to cast this film called The Warriors. He's got basically the entire cast, and he's looking for the character of Cochise." So they sent me up. I went up. I met Walter Hill and the producer Lawrence Gordon, and auditioned and got the role.
Wow. Yeah. And then, of course, the storyline, of course, is all these gangs all have very various themes assembled to them. They all assemble in this one place. And, of course, this guy, Cyrus, who is out for peace, is shot dead. And, of course, the Warriors end up getting blamed. And, they end up on a very, very, very long night of running in order to get to Coney Island to hopefully some refuge. But it is a very long night of various gang fights. Did you have any difficulty in any of the stunt scenes or whatnot, or was it pretty easy shoot for you?
No, well, basically, they had this group called Stunts Unlimited, which is a bunch of stuntmen coming from California and work with the actors, teach us how to fight for the camera, throw punches, take falls, and all this sort of stuff. So we were trained, we were ready to do this when we started shooting. So we did a lot of our own stunts, a lot of the heavy duty stunts. Well, the stuntmen did them, but we did a lot of fighting ourselves.
Was it difficult to shoot that kind of activity?
No, well, it's very physical, because you stop, shoot, stop, cut. So it's very demanding, and you have to be on your P's and Q's, and it's a lot of work because you have to stop, cut, shoot, take it from different angles and all that. So it's very demanding physically. So, but if you're in good shape, if an actor's in good shape, you can handle it.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I watched this. The fella, the agitator, who had the bottles on his finger, who would click them together.
Yeah, Warriors come out and play. That's one of the most iconic lines from the film. It's amazing because everywhere I go, I get stopped by total strangers and all over the streets, and they'll say, "I'll just hear Warriors come out and play" with the bottles. That's an actor, a brilliant actor named David Patrick Kelly. I'll tell you a short story.
Kelly. Okay.
We had no idea he was going to do that. He's inside the hearse, and we know he's following us, and but we had no idea the actor was going to do that. He was just supposed to go, "Warriors, come out and play," and his voice goes up and up and up. But we had no idea he had these bottles. So when Walter said, "Okay, shoot, rolling," David just went, "Warriors." We heard this crick, crick, and he slowly brings the bottles up, 3 bottles on each hand. And we had, and it was so menacing, and his voice started to come out and play. It was such an amazing effect. It had a major effect on us. and on the crew, on everyone. It was just amazing piece of creating acting, what he did.
Yeah, that was David Patrick Kelly. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
he did a great job in that film, and of course he's the agitator, of course, who sets you guys up.
Yes. He's the bad guy.
What was he like to work with?
Well, David is just a wonderful, wonderful actor. He's an amazing musician. He was just did a play on a Broadway musical on Broadway. He's nothing like that character. He's nothing like that at all. He's just a really kind, wonderful man, and a very talented actor musician.
And of course,
he's nothing like that character he played.
No, but I'll tell you. I wonder how many people click the bottles and say Warriors to him.
I mean, all the time. I mean, it's funny. In where I'm from, we have a holiday called Halloween.
Yeah,
It's a very big thing because everybody dresses up, and a lot of people dresses up as the Warriors. His gang was called the Rogues, the Turnbull ACs. One of the most iconic gang in the movie is called the Baseball Furies, which was an amazing piece of film. The gang that we fight the Baseball Furies. But a lot of people dress up as these different characters from the Warriors on Halloween.
And you get them all coming to your house, huh?
Yeah, right. They know that I serve the best cheese.
Oh, yeah? Now, why you serve the best cheese?
I'm a cheese lover. Cheese lover with a good red wine, you can't beat it.
Oh, I hear you. That just sounds like it hits the spot. So if you order pizza, you have lots of cheese on it, huh?
Oh, yeah, I got to give me triple just to keep throwing it on there.
Oh, absolutely. I like that. Absolutely.
You got to be a connoisseur of good cheese. There's nothing like a really good cheese.
So what's the best cheese?
Well, I like a good Munster cheese. I like a good brie. I like a good cheddar. There's all kinds of cheeses. I mean,
It's amazing how
everybody
many
has their
different
own
kinds.
thing.
Yeah. It's amazing how many different types of cheese there is out there.
Right. But the Warriors was just an amazing time. We were all very, very young actors. It was all of our first major feature. We're working with a very talented director in Walter Hill, who had a vision for this movie that we didn't know. I mean, the movie holds up today. I mean, people are watching like yourself. You just saw the film.
Yeah.
The film is 37 years old, and we have young people following this movie that were not, their fathers weren't even born when this movie came out. That discovering the movie because Rockstar, who did Grand Theft Auto, they did the video game, and the video game is absolutely amazing. If you haven't played it, you got to play the video game by Rockstar. They did an amazing job, and they used all of our voices.
And you know something? Of course, Grand Central Park is in this movie, and I recognize Grand Central Park from the 1981 Abel Ferrara movie, Ms. 45, where Zoe Tamerlis Lund as the mute seamstress is walking right down in the middle of Grand Central Park there, and she's surrounded by four or five gang members. And when they come at her, she pulls out her gun and blows them all away. And I don't know if you've seen Ms. 45, but it's a great Abel Ferrara movie. And I recognize the same location in The Warriors.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. So tell me, what was your favorite scene in The Warriors?
Well, I'm going to tell you there was a scene I sympathized. I felt awfully bad for the lad that ended up handcuffed to a bench because he wouldn't listen to reason, and he ended up being seduced by the wrong person.
Right. That's hard-headed warrior Ajax. Who's an amazing actor played by James Remar.
Oh, that was James Remar. He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's James Remar. He did a show, just finished doing a show called Dexter, which he plays Dexter's father, and I believe he's doing episodes of a show called Gotham.
Oh, he was in a lot of stuff. After Warriors, he did Cruising.
Done so many. 48 Hours, also directed by Walter Hill. He was in that.
Yeah.
He's done many, many movies.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's got tremendous career. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the
Yes, yes.
Wikipedia page here, and Michael Beck, of course, was in as Swan, the war
He was
chief.
our leader. He took over from Cleon. Yes.
Yeah, and did you have any much interaction with him?
Oh yeah. Interesting because I introduced him to his wife. His wife and I went to school together. Went
Okay.
to acting school together, and I introduced him, and they've been married now for 35 years. So,
Ah.
we're very, 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 very good close friends. Michael and I. It's amazing because we bonded. All the guys were still very, very close. We talked. Matter of fact, we just came off an amazing tour. We just came back from England,
Okay.
and basically the entire cast. We just came back Monday, and we had an amazing time in the UK. We have an amazing fan base in the UK.
Yeah. Well, Steve Joyner, of course, put this together right on the spot here, and I got to tell you, I was happy to be here because I had an interview. He ended up canceling on me because she was under the weather, and I'm like, he says, "Would you interview David Harris from the Warriors?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, I'm here, I'm ready to go." so, so despite the short notice, I'm very honored. Excuse me. But anyway, how did you come to meet Steve Joyner?
Well, Steve Joyner knew of. I did another radio show, and he knew the host of the radio show. And they talked, and the promoter gave Steve my contact. They called me and said, "Well, this person Steve Joyner would like to interview," and I said, "Have him call me." And Steve called me, and went from there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I saw this film once, and I thought a lot of the costumes. You asked me what my favorite scene was. You know what? That's a good question, but I'm going to tell you, I like the fact that most of it was shot at night, and you went from
Yes.
different locations. I definitely like the subway section.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because there's so many places that you can get trapped at a subway, and you guys were just making very narrow escapes.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, he hired actors that he knew could cut the mustard because Walter knew it was going to be a very physical film. Basically, all we did was run and fight all night long. All night long. We're trying to get from the Bronx back to Coney Island.
Yep.
We had to fight all these, as you saw in the movie, we had to fight all these different gangs. But interesting enough, the movie does not start off at night. The movie starts
Nope.
off at day.
I
For
know.
the
Yep.
daytime.
Yep.
But that all went to the cutting room floor. There's a couple of different versions of the Warriors. Walter shot so much, you know what I mean? And there are a lot of scenes that people won't ever see.
You mean he's not able to do an uncut version?
Well, there is an uncut version, but there's still a lot of stuff that you don't see in the uncut version.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, how long's
there's a lot.
how long's the uncut version?
I think I have not actually seen the uncut version.
Okay.
I think it runs maybe 2 hours and something, 2 hours and 10 minutes or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I'll mention some of the other cast members here. Deborah Van Valkenburg.
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 Yes.
Okay.
Mercy.
Yeah, played Mercy. What was she like?
No, she's terrific. She had a TV series called Too Close for Comfort.
Okay.
One of those comedy sitcoms. It ran I don't know how many seasons it ran, but it was a pretty big hit. She was terrific. Being around the guys. She was our little sister. We treated her like our little sister because she became one of the Warriors. And she was terrific, very talented lady, very nice lady, very, very gifted actress. What can I say? She was just wonderful as Mercy. She was perfectly cast, and she did a great job.
And then you have Dorsey Wright as Cleon, the warlord of the Warriors.
Right. We lose him right away. We lose him at the conclave scene. He gets.
Yeah, that's right.
well,
you
we're
guys
coming
did.
to
You
get
lost
that.
him very early.
Yeah, once we get to that big conclave, we get accused of killing Cyrus, and we didn't do it, and we lose Cleon, and Swan becomes war chief.
And and that
Michael
becomes a debate. becomes a
Right. And again, Bad Boy Ajax challenges him. He says, "Well, who gives you the right to be war chief? I want to be war chief." But we all shoot him down. We said, "No, it's been Cleon's choice. Swan is war chief." And of course, he's the bad boy, but he happens to be the best fighter of all the warriors.
Yeah. And Roger Hill played Cyrus.
Yes, wonderful. God rest his soul. He passed away 2 years ago, and he was an amazing actor.
Yeah, and we have Brian Tyler as Snow.
Wonderful. That was his first and only movie.
Wonder why he stepped out of acting.
Well, he became a New York State trooper.
Oh, okay. Well, probably wanted to arrest the Warriors.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But he was a state trooper for like over 20-something years.
Okay.
But now he's on the circuit with us, so he's touring with us, doing conventions and things like that. So he's back in the loop with us.
Keeping you guys in line, huh?
Yeah. He flashes his retired state trooper badge, and we have to go, yes, officer. Well, kidding. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and you got Tom McKitterick as Cowboy.
McKitterick, right.
Okay.
Who's been in London doing Shakespeare forever, and who played Cowboy. And, he's kind of like doesn't really get involved with the Warriors anymore. So we really don't see much of Tom.
Why? And they didn't like the film?
No, it's not that. It's just that he just went in another direction. He's a very, very strong Shakespearean actor, and he's producing plays and all of that. So that's what he's doing now. He's producing a lot of plays, a lot of off Broadway stuff and stuff in London, and acting in Shakespeare, and so he's kind of went into another direction.
We got Paul Greco as Sully, leader of the orphans.
Yes, God rest his soul. Another one that passed away. Wonderful man. But he was terrific in the role that he had as a leader of the orphans.
And we have Terry Michos.
Michels.
He has Vermin. Yeah.
Yeah, Vermin. Well, he's still on. He's on tour with us, and he was the comic relief of the Warriors because he's always joking around and saying, being like, "What am I doing here? I'm sick of waiting for trains. What are we doing? What are we doing?" So he was a funny guy, and he's on circuit with us.
Now we have a fella whose first name, not sure how to Marcelino Sanchez, is that right?
Marcelino.
Oh, okay.
Marcelino Sanchez, who played Rembrandt, God rest his soul, he passed away. Who played Rembrandt, Mark the Spot. Let everybody know the Warriors were here.
And of course, the DJ. I remember the DJ, Lynn
Thigpen.
Yeah.
Yes. The Baseball Furies dropped the ball.
Yes.
Yeah, she's an amazing career. She went on to do a lot of different movies and TV series and all of that. Very talented lady, God rest her soul.
Oh, she's gone too, huh?
Yeah, she passed away too.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, you had a lot of names in this film I had not familiar with, but I wanted to give them all their special little shout out.
Well, we also had Tom Waits, who played the Fox.
Oh, that's right. It's listed as uncredited here at the bottom.
Right. He was. He'll tell you people himself. He had a lot of problems, and basically he was let go. But he played the Fox. And he went on to do a lot of movies. He was in an amazing movie called Injustice for All, which he was opposite Al Pacino, and he was brilliant. He was actually brilliant in that. He also went on to do John Carpenter's new version of The Thing.
Okay.
He played Windows, the radio operator.
And the Carpenter version or the remake?
Yeah, the remake, the Carpenter remake of The Thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not
with
know.
Kurt Russell and David Keith.
Oh,
and,
okay. The
Fremley.
1982 version.
Yes, with starring Kurt Russell.
Okay, yep. Well, you mentioned remake, and I thought you meant the most recent one. I do know that Carpenter remade his. I think the Howard Hawks version was called The Thing from the Outer Space, I think.
Right, that was The Thing from the Outer Space.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Thomas Waite was in The Thing.
Yes, he played radio. He played Windows, the radio operator.
Okay, okay. Well, you got some other credits too, but I was going to say the Warriors being. Oh, gee, that came out in 1979, so that would be. It's over. Holy cow! How old is that movie?
37 years old. In 2019 will be our 40th anniversary.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've been celebrating some anniversaries this year, but what do you think of the legacy of this movie? Because I'm certainly well aware of its cult status.
Oh, absolutely. I think the film will go on and on and on. There was some talk about a remake, and it was supposed to be done by Ridley Scott, Tony Scott, Ridley Scott's brother, but he passed away, so that all didn't happen. But now they're talking about this outfit called Hulu, which makes made-for-TV series. They're thinking about picking it up and making a series out of it. So, all I say about that is that if you're going to do it, just do it good and give it, honor the Warriors, the film, and do it good. But personally, I don't know how they're going to make a weekly series out of it. I mean, I don't know, but I'm not those producers or the director, the Russo brothers. So I wish them all luck, and I just hope that they do it justice and they do it well.
Well, while I have you on here for a few moments, I'll ask you about some of your other credits as well for those Netflix people. You were in Brubaker.
Yes.
Yeah. You had to work with Robert Redford.
Robert Redford. Yeah, Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah, from
Jane
Alien.
Alexander.
Oh, I love Gene Alexander. All the President's Men.
Yeah, terrific, wonderful lady.
Murray Hamilton.
That was a good cast.
Yeah. So what was your experience like in that movie?
It was wonderful. I mean, Redford taught me a lot. He went to the same school I went to, but of course, way before me. We both graduated the American Academy of Dramatic Arts here in New York City, and he's a graduate of the Academy, and so am I. And he taught me a lot about acting in front of the camera.
Okay.
He's a wonderful director. He's become a wonderful director.
Yes, he has.
And still acting, but he's basically he's pushed a lot of his stuff into promoting his company, Sundance, as you well know.
Mm-hmm.
He has a company called Sundance, it's a big film festival. It's like the Cannes Film Festival, only here in the States, in Colorado.
Okay.
And, wonderful films go there. He gives a lot of new directors, producers a chance to show their work.
Yes.
At Sundance.
Yep.
And so he's, promoting a lot of stuff, and he's directing a lot of stuff. But he taught me a lot about acting in front of the camera.
You were also in Quicksilver with Kevin Bacon and Jamie Gertz.
Yep. They were fun to work with. Craig and I did 2 movies together. No, it wasn't Craig Sheff. It was Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, yep.
Yeah. Craig Sheff and I did a movie called Fire with Fire with Virginia Munson.
Okay, yep. I'm looking at that right now, yep.
Yeah, we did. Craig and I did Fire with Fire with Virginia Munson, but Quicksilver was Kevin Bacon and Jamie Gertz.
Yep. What was your experience like in those 2 films?
Good. It was a lot of fun working with Kevin. He's a very, very funny guy, and Jamie's just a big comedian. And Louis Anderson was in that. Of course, he's a wonderful comedian. And it was a good cast. Lawrence Fishburne, who played the bad guy. Rudy Diaz.
Yep.
It was a good cast. It was a lot of fun. It's funny enough because my character's name in that movie was Apache.
Apache.
Yeah. But one of the films that I'm very, very proud of, very, very proud of to have worked with, is something called A Soldier Story with Denzel Washington and the late Howard Rollins and the late Adolph Caesar.
Okay. Yeah, Denzel's still churning out some great work, too. Was just up for an Academy Award.
In my opinion, he should have been nominated. He should have won the Academy Award for Fences. I mean, I don't begrudge the guy that won, the Affleck guy who won for Manchester by the Sea, but in my opinion, I mean, this is just me, I thought Denzel's performance in Fences was just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that would have given him his third Oscar, too, had he had won that.
It would have given him his 3rd Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what was your role like in this film? Now, I haven't seen this film, A Soldier
What, a
Story.
soldier story?
Sure.
Yeah, well, Denzel and I are the two guys that did the heinous act. Well, I really didn't want to do it. My character was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Denzel was kind of like the bad guy
Okay.
in A Soldier Story, but his performance is absolutely brilliant. Of course, he was absolutely brilliant in Glory, which I mean, he taught a lot of actors about something about acting. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, to be able to do that one tear thing, which is just an amazing piece of acting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but Denzel was just a consummate actor. He's an actor's actor. He's an actor's actor, and it was good to work with him. It was great to work with Howard Rollins, who was also brilliant. I don't know if you ever saw a movie he did called Ragtime, the last movie that the late great James Cagney ever did.
Ragtime. Okay. Yes, I've heard the title.
Yeah, it's a great, wonderful story, and we had a film icon. His last movie, the late great James Cagney.
What was
That
that
was his
like
last.
working? What was it like working with him?
Well, I wasn't in Ragtime.
Oh,
I wasn't.
okay.
I'm just mentioning that. Howard Rollins, who was the star of Ragtime,
Oh, okay.
who also was the star of A Soldier Story.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and I've been fortunate enough to work with an amazing directors and actors and producers. I've been very blessed.
Yeah. Well, do you go to a lot of the conventions for the Warriors?
Well, I'm starting to going to them now because I just like to be around my brothers. We're a band of brothers, and we love each other so much, and we care about each other that, every time I'm around them, I have just a great time. We just have a wonderful time. It's like we're back on the set, and the set was 37 years ago, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like we're just right back on the set.
Out of all
It's like
those gangs,
37 years never passed by. Yes.
I was just gonna say, out of all those gangs, and there's so many unique gangs, which one was your personal favorite?
The baseball Furies.
They were a unique bunch.
The baseball Furies. I mean, the outfits and the way their faces were painted, and the whole thing with the bats and how Walter filmed that. It was basically filmed like what's the director who did the Seven Samurais? Well,
Okay.
Walter shot that like that. The bats were basically swords, samurai swords, and he shot it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was the way it was lit. I mean, to me, that whole fight scene with the baseball Furies, when you first see them coming out the dugout, picking up their bats, it's so menacing, And when Swan, Ajax, Cowboy, and Snow get off the train and they run out of the train and they hear these guys standing in the street with their bats, the baseball Furies,
Mhm.
It's just amazing, just amazing. So that was my favorite game.
So when you go to any of the conventions, is there any interesting things that you're asked to sign?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, people make us sign their arms, their chests, their stomachs. Oh, you wouldn't believe it.
Then they get it tattooed on them.
Yeah, they want it. It's just people bring their babies, and I mean, it's just you name it, we have signed it. Their shoes, their hats, their jackets, their handkerchiefs. It's just whatever they can get our signature on there, they'll say, "Can you please sign in here?"
What did
So
you
nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me.
know? Did you mention that you had a convention coming up?
Well, we just came back from London,
Okay.
from the UK. We just came back from the UK this past weekend.
And that was for the Warriors?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, what was the event about?
Well, it was an event about the Warriors.
Yeah, but like it wasn't an anniversary or anything, so
No, it wasn't
why?
an anniversary. It was just that these people just wanted us to have us over to do a convention about the Warriors, about talk about the film, meet the actors, talk about the film, kind of meet and greet. They showed the film, and then we did a Q&A, and people got to take pictures with us and meet their heroes.
Oh, that sounds like fun. How many of you just went?
There were 7 of us.
Oh,
Seven
wow.
of us. 6 warriors and 1 guy from another gang.
What gang was he in?
He was in the punks. That's the bathroom big fight scene at the end.
Oh, yeah.
When he had the big fight scene in the bathroom.
Yep.
Those guys. He was the guy on the roller skates.
Oh, I
He was
remember
the guy
him.
on the roller skates. Yeah, that's Conrad Sheehan, the guy on the roller skates.
And you guys
So he
let
represented the punks.
him chum with the Warriors after he.
Yeah, we had 1 punk with us. He said, "Okay, we'll have 1 punk."
Did you guys make him carry your bags?
Oh yeah, he had to shine our shoes, carry our bags, get our breakfast. You know what I mean? All that sort of stuff. You know, he was our little gopher. Go get this, go get that. No, I'm teasing you. Conrad is a real wonderful guy, and you know, there were a lot of fans that wanted to meet him. A lot of fans wanted to meet Luther, David Patrick Kelly, but he could not. He was committed to some tour project. So was James Remar, Ajax. They were committed. Even Deborah, she couldn't be there because she was committed
Yeah.
to a project. Yeah.
Is that fella? Is he still good on the rollerblades, or did he not?
You know, he never knew how to roller skate in his life. He had to learn.
Okay.
He had to learn. He never been on a pair of skates and roller skates in his life. He had to learn.
Oh, I'm curious how he got that part without knowing how to skate to begin with.
Well, he said he could skate, but you know, actors say a lot of things when they want to get a role.
I guess. Yeah, I've heard stories of people saying they could do something, and
Oh yeah. Listen, I can skydive, no problem. You know,
until
I can deep sea dive, no problem. You know,
until you're put in
and
that
then they go run and get some instructor to teach you real quick. You know?
Yeah. So how long was that convention?
That was just for 2 days.
And so I've never been outside New Brunswick here before, so I was just wondering what was it like in London?
Oh, UK is a great country. It's a great country. You know, I mean, you guys got British Columbia up there in your country, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it a part of it that's still called British Columbia?
Oh yeah. I'm in the New Brunswick area. I'm in Atlantic Canada, so we're the coldest, I think. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I spent 2.5 months up in Canada.
Oh yeah, where at?
Yeah, we shot fire with fire in Vancouver.
Oh,
Beautiful
Vancouver.
City.
Yeah.
Beautiful city. Incredibly beautiful city. We're there for 2.5 months. I mean, I had a great time in Vancouver.
Yeah, a lot of
Great
people.
restaurants, great food, and we were there. It was nice and warm.
Yeah, well, yeah, our summers are really, really warm, especially July and August. But our winters
Yeah,
are really cold. We had February and March were pretty nasty here. We had a snowstorm.
Oh wow!
We had a snowstorm where the snow went up to our door locks on the cars.
My God, that's terrible. Is that New Brunswick? Is that anywhere close to Toronto or
Oh yeah.
Montreal?
Yeah, Toronto's about an hour behind us in terms of our time zones. We're closest probably to Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we had
Great salmon up there. Great salmon
Oh,
up there.
there you go. Yep. We have some good salmon. I always tell people our closest celebrities are probably the Trailer Park Boys. Are you familiar with them?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Ivan Reitman produced their first of 3 movies, but they had now on Netflix a TV series that has gone over 11 seasons. So they're like the Canadian.
Okay.
They're like the Canadian Cheech and Chong. Only there's 3 of them.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch it. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, they're pretty funny. I think they're pretty funny. But they did 3 movies, and like I said, Ivan Reitman, who of course is the director of Ghostbusters, he produced the first movie.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to see it.
Yeah.
I'll have to see it.
I never asked much about Walter Hill. What was it like working with him as a director?
Oh, we were very blessed. I mean, the man has such a vision. He has such an eye. He knows what he wants, and he's not a dictator. He gives an actor room to try things, and he'll say, okay, you can try it that way, and he's not a dictator. With some directors, don't do it, don't do it. No. Walter, I mean, we never saw the man, yell, lose his temper, go into a directorial temper thing. None of that. He was so even keeled from beginning to end. He knew how to work with his actors. He knew how to work with his crew. He knew how to work with extras. He knew how to keep the ship smooth and calm. Wonderful, wonderful man. I mean, the man knows his craft. He's a brilliant director, a brilliant storyteller, and a super nice human being.
I think one movie he did I didn't like. I hated Last Man Standing. But outside that.
Yeah, some people didn't like it. Yes, I understand that.
But The Warriors was so
some people
much
thought it was
better.
brilliant.
Yeah. But it was nowhere near the quality of The Warriors.
Yeah. Well, The Warriors is in such a genre by itself.
Yeah.
If you look at the movie, it's not too many movies like The Warriors. I mean, it's really, really in a genre way by itself. That's why it's an international cult classic. It's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
There's certain movies that are just, how do you remake the Rocky Horror Picture Show? You can't.
I did an interview
mean?
from Rocky Horror too. I had Little Nell.
With Tim Curry? Did you interview Tim Curry?
No, I had Little Nell on here who played. Why am I forgetting who she played? I had Little Nell on that. She had the red hair and the top hat.
Right, I know she is.
Yeah, she was my favorite, and I got hold of her, and it was my first call to Australia, and she was a delight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved her. But speaking of Rocky Horror, like the Warriors has kind of that whole midnight movie reputation.
Oh, yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. I did a movie called Purple Hearts with Ken Wall and Cheryl Ladd, one of Charlie's Angels,
Mm-hmm.
when that series was a big deal.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, thing was Dallas and Charlie's Angels. Certain series were these series that were just mega series.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked with Cheryl Ladd. I got to work with one of Charlie's Angels, and she's a real sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in the Philippines for 3 months. Her, I, and Ken Wall, who played that series Wise Guys. Matter of fact, he did a movie called The Wanderers, which was shooting the same time we were shooting The Warriors in New York City.
Okay.
Of course, The Wanderers never got the fame The Warriors got. But getting back to being in the Philippines, it was just amazing, and to work with Cheryl and Ken in an environment like that.
Yeah. Have you ever attended the Warriors at a midnight screening?
Yeah, matter of fact, like I said, in the Philippines, every night in downtown Manila, there's this movie theater, big theater,
Mm-hmm.
and every Friday and Saturday night, guess what the two headlines are? The Warriors and Rocky Horror Picture Show. Every single Friday and Saturday night. And it's amazing because when I got to the Philippines and got in the airport, everybody kept staring at me. And I knew it, so they recognized me from the Warriors. And they recognized, oh, Warriors, Warriors, Warriors. And it went all over Manila. And so I had to have bodyguards. Yeah, all these police. Yeah, they had to put inside the hotel because thousands and thousands of young people came out to try and meet one of the Warriors because it plays every Friday and Saturday night. The word got out that one of the Warriors, I did one of those Vietnam movies. At that time, everybody was doing a Vietnam movie. Everybody was trying to copy off this movie called Platoon, which was a mega hit.
Yeah.
Great movie. Platoon, Oliver Stone. You probably saw the movie.
Oh,
Platoon.
yeah. Yep.
And so a lot of studios were trying to, everybody tried to hash in. And so I did a Vietnam War movie called Purple Heart.
Okay.
And
Yep.
Once they found out that one of the Warriors was actually in their country, in Manila, the fans went crazy. They went absolutely bazooka. I had a lot of fun. I would go out and, with my security detail and talk with them and meet with them and, all that, just because they're my fans. They're the fans. They make the movie, and they were just thrilled to be able to see one of the Warriors in person.
Oh, I love the attitude you have towards your fans too. I think that's great when actors appreciate it because you always hear the negative in the media, but you rarely hear the nice things that happen at the conventions. And where people meet the devoted fans that are genuinely friendly and really appreciate what you did on screen.
It means a lot to me. I mean, the fans make the artists, I believe, and if you don't have anybody wanting to see you and watch you, then what is it all about? You know what I mean? You do a film, or you do a stage play, or you do something, or you create a great song, or great a painting. If no one wants it and wants to see it or anything like that, then what's the purpose?
Yeah.
What's the purpose? You might as well just take your work and put it up in the attic and work for yourself.
It's kind of like,
and enjoy yourself, and that's not me. It's like I want to make people happy, and I want to make people say, I want to hear that someone enjoyed my work and appreciate my work, and that makes me feel good. And I adore people that, I love meeting the fans of any picture I did or any play that I was in, and enjoyed my performance. That was a brilliant performance. Your character really touched me. That means a lot. It means that I did my work as an actor. You know what I mean? It means that I did my work as an actor. You know what I mean? Now, everything I do is not going to be great or wonderful. I'm going to flop like anybody else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're only human. No one is perfect. You know what I mean? So even a great artist, like the Van Goghs or all these people, you know what I mean? The Da Vinci's, I mean, they did pieces of work that the whole world didn't admire, thought that it was a little bad or a little bit off. You know what I mean? So,
mm-hmm.
I mean, I love my fans. I mean, I enjoy them. I enjoy being around them. These people are incredible people, no matter what country that we're in. I mean, it's just the same. They have a genuine love of the movie. They have a genuine love of the Warriors and the actors in the Warriors and the characters. And it makes me feel good to be able to shake their hand or give them a big hug and say, thank you.
Yeah, I wish that the Academy Awards, they would start thanking the fans. They seem to always leave them out.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because they're the ones that pay, the 10, 15, 20 bucks to watch that film.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the ones that are able to make these guys, some actors, $20 million a picture.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I know you've got to take off here soon because I know you're pressed, and I really want to thank Stephen Joyner. This was very, very short notice. I wasn't able to prepare, but you know what? On the spot, I don't think we did too bad. I was so honored to talk to you.
No, not at all. But there's one thing I'd like to say to all the fans that are listening to this show.
Sure.
Can you dig it?
I was wondering if before you go, if you would do a plug for my show.
That's one of the most iconic lines in the movie.
Yep. Yep, that is. I remember that. Would you mind doing a plug for my show?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just state your name and who you was in association with the Warriors. And I hope you get all this. But my name's Greg Gilbert. And
let me write it down.
Yeah, I'll let you write that down.
Greg.
Yep, Gilbert.
Gilbert, right?
Yep. And the show's called Python's Paradise. Python like the snake.
Python, Python, right?
Yeah, like the snake. Yep.
How do you pronounce it? Python, right?
Python. Python's Paradise. And of
Paradise, right?
Yep. And I'm from New Brunswick, Canada.
New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Shoot.
Okay. Hi, this is David Harris, a.k.a. David Cochise Harris from the Warriors. And I was on a show with Greg Gilbert, Python Paradise, out of New Brunswick, Canada. You can reach me at my Facebook is David Harris.
Okay.
I'm there on David Harris. You have to look under the actor David Harris.
Yeah.
On Facebook and send me a friend request.
Yeah, and you got any like web pages or charities you...
Yeah, you can. My website is www.actordaviddharris.com. So that's one word, www.actordaviddharris.com.
Well, David
Okay,
Harris,
Greg?
we're
Well,
celebrating
it was
the
wonderful
Warriors. Huh?
Absolutely. Warriors for life.
Yes. Before you go, do the yell one more time.
Okay. For all my Warrior fans out there in wonderful country of Canada, can you dig it?
God bless you, David. You have yourself a fantastic evening, and thank you so much for blessing us with your
Wonderful,
presence.
dude. All right. God bless, brother. Take care.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
yeah, bye-bye.